Welcome to this guest replay of Black Gold Saw, where he scored his Ace Tanker badge in the T37. At the start, he's going up the hill, trying to see what he can find. As you can see, me and Zero Apex are in the Chaffee, because at this point we didn't have the T37 yet. Black seems to get on the hill undisturbed, which is really nice, but he is spotted, however. But that's not a real problem. T54 is following him, so that is an actual problem. T54 is slaughtering our Centurion, which is unfortunate. So Black decides to get off the hill again, because there's no use trying to engage a T54 with this tank. You're much better off somewhere else. So he's carefully seeing if that Pershing will be spotted or not. Zero is moving up on the left and I'm on the island to the right, trying to draw attention to that Centurion over there, because he's the most dangerous player on their team. Pershing is not moving, so Black moves up and tries to get a better shot. M103 spots him, so he ducks into cover. And that's the thing with these kinds of light tanks, you need to try and avoid getting shot at completely, especially early on in the game, because you haven't got any armor and most tanks you come up against can two-shot you pretty much. That was a very unfortunate ding. Spotted again, so time to move. Wait for 6 seconds to be despotted and then move again. The right hand side has gotten to a halt at the moment, because that Centurion 7-1 is just keeping an overview and shooting everyone that tries to move. Black spots the two guys again, moves back into cover. At this point he's just trying to spot the enemy for our team so they can take care of him. And the Pershing shoots in his engine deck, which is pretty unfortunate. This gun, as you can see, Black prefers the single shotgun over the autoloader because it has more penetration, but at least in my opinion the autoloader makes this tank far more powerful, because technically you're not really supposed to engage any tank from the front in a light tank. You're supposed to go around, and then 137 penetration should be more than enough. But Pershing is giving a side, so any gun will penetrate that and you can just keep on working. Unfortunately Zero is killed now. Pershing is still reloading, so killing shot and then moving into cover. M103 engine deck with a bit of luck. And nah, shot goes somewhere into the mountain, but these are starting to penetrate. At this point the M103 was tracked, but he repaired his track. So Black moves into cover again. He needs to be despotted. But he gets spotted again. And I don't know if it's the M103 or the T54 on the hill. Yeah, it's the T54 on the hill who's spotting him. The same guy that went up the hill at the start of the match, which made Black jump off the hill to get out of his fire. So moving up into town. See if he can spot these guys again for his teammates. But at this moment his health is 434. That's pretty low. I mean, a lot of tanks can one-shot him at this point in the match, so he needs to be a little bit more careful. But still needs to keep an eye on enemies because he's a light tank. He tries to track the T-34, but it doesn't work. That's another thing of this gun. The damage is something like 130, but the HP of most tanks tracks are more, so you need to put a couple of shots in before they are actually tracked.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
Fortunately, another ding on the drive wheel. The Geschützwagen Panther is engaging the T-54, so that's a good sign. And he manages to kill him, so the hill is now clear. But Black stays a little bit careful. There's still a lot of enemy teams in, or a lot of enemy tanks in play, and you don't want to come up against these guys in a light tank. But this T-30 is showing a nice profile. Although he gets despotted again. We've still got some pretty strong tanks, an E75 and a VK, which have got really good armor if they're used properly, and that AMX 120 has got great potential in clipping most opponents in this match, so it should be alright. Black goes back to engaging the T-30 and he's spotted, and the T-30 is aiming his way, so he needs to move behind cover as fast as possible, because that guy can definitely one-shot him. T-30 goes into a dip, so that means that Black can move back again, see if he can put some effective fire down, but it's not possible at this point, so he needs to move up a little bit further. They've still got arty as well, so it's a bit of a gambling show between moving, taking shots and trying to stay out of arty shot, because yeah, arty loves light tanks, especially when they're fairly static. Luckily the Centurion, the P-SOP guy, which is the most dangerous guy in this match, misses Black, but then manages to put a shot into his engine deck, the right track. But Black really needs to not linger for too long here, because arty can shoot him. Two shots into the Centurion, and the arty kills the VK. So luckily he wasn't focused on Black, so that's a good thing. And Black tries to inch forward and get the Centurion, but this building is in the way, so he needs to move somewhere else. And the Centurion is killed before he can make his attack. So now it's time to go into their base, see what you can spot. So that's one arty, and that's two arty. So one shot into the arty and then pull back, because that KV-1S is moving up, or what is it, KV-85. Still have to get used to the new naming. It's just a KV-1S. So put shots in the other arty. KV-85 has stopped moving up. And he gets a big shot in the face by the waffle tractor, so now he's in, well, he was in killing range for Black, but it's not needed. The AMX 120 puts a shot at him. So now Black has to just move up, spot their arty, and either kill it himself or have it killed by arty. And there it is, so killing shot on the arty, ace tanker for Black. Nice replay.